Hey, it's Chris here with your fishing forecast for July 17th. We are well into summer here. We just had some epic rainfall through the GTA and much of southern Ontario the last 2 days, and with it, it's brought a big break in the temperatures. Things are cooling off nicely, a little less humid now, and shaping up to be an awesome looking weekend. So we're really excited to get back out there. Trout is still on the table if you're looking in the right places. Look for spring-fed rivers, look for heavily treed rivers. They're out there, and where the temps are sub 20 degrees, they are fishable and aggressive. But for us, you'll find us on bass waters this time of year. We've been out on cottage country lakes, on local rivers, on the Great Lakes, and just loving bass life this time of year. It's really, really fun. If you're looking to get out and you're in cottage country, we hear people talk about it all the time. They're up there, they're at the cottage, and they aren't bringing the fly rods and they aren't fishing for bass because they can't find those fish. Big tip for you, get out a little bit earlier or a little bit later. You're staying overnight anyways. You've got the ability to roll down to the dock first light or in the evening. A lot of the time, the boat traffic, the jet skiers, they'll put fish down midday. But if you go out sort of low light hours, you can find fish super accessible on beaches, on shoals, in and around the docks, and big fish as well that are very hungry. So even if it's just get out for an hour, throw a popper, through a streamer of some kind, you can whack some big fish, come back for breakfast. It's a really nice laid back way to fish actually, and super, super accessible when you do it right. So definitely get for some cottage country bass. If you're up that way, get out on a local lake if you're around the city. Lots to do. Carp are great as well. Carp still very accessible all around the city, any sort of shallower water protected area. As we've mentioned before, carp are cold water fish, so especially if you're in a larger lake with cold water accessible, you may find that midday those fish are slinking into deeper waters. But again, low light hours, sort of start to the day, or even just really through the morning hours before it gets too hot, you'll find fish in wading accessible water, and they're super accessible. If you're fishing, say, a river or a smaller lake where the river or the water temperatures are sort of steady throughout, you don't have the cold water option for those fish to move off to, they will stay in shallower water right through the day, and you can fish them at all hours. So depending on where you are, just consider those sort of options for where the fish might be and plan your day accordingly. As always, if you need advice on where to hit, flies to fish, anything like that, come down to the shop. We'd be happy to help you out. We'll see you on the water.